Now in this session we will talk about the cover test, right? For as your remind, I would love to recap you just to relate this part with the previous one. This cover test come under the category of assessment of strabismus, right? And in the assessment of strabismus, there we have already discussed there are two type of tests. First one is motor evaluation, right? In motor evaluation there are n number of following tests are come under this category, right? Cover test, uncover test, direct cover test, right? AC by air, ACU versions, ductions, a lots of tests, right? We will discuss later part, right? And the sensory test, they also contain n number of tests, right? So especially in this session we will discuss the cover test, right? So come to the point. Suppose this is a cover test. Before going to procedure of cover test, I just prerequisite of the cover test, right, which help you to select the patient whether it is come under this index or not. If they come under this index or this parameter, then you perform. If they not, then just terminate it, right? So the first thing, patient should be cooperative. Patient should be cooperative, not cooperative, enough cooperative. Okay, great. The second thing, the patient must have a central fixation. Patient must have a central fixation, right? And the third one is patient not contain a latent nystagmus, right? Means latent nystagmus should not be present, right? I think. And patient have, and the last one, the patient have a small amount of vision, not a small amount of vision, basically patient have a vision to fixate the target. Okay, this is the prerequisite of the cover test. Now come to the method, means how we perform. If we talk about the method, just simply think like that. The patient, you can perform this test by using patient wearing the habitual spectacles or refractive distance, corrective refractive index, whatever you got, right? Or the second one is not only distance as well as near also, right? Means, right, must be visible up to this extent and the 33 centimeter. Now if the patient is younger one, then you can fixate Snellen's value up to 6 is wide. If the patient is adult, you can give the 16 by 12, sorry, 6 by 12 liter or 20 by 40 liter, 20 by 40 liter, right? And if the patient is child, you just simply give the small picture or toys to just for fixation, right? No need to overwhelm. Why we give this type of target? We give this type of target just for fixation, to don't to patient inhibit their use of accommodation, right? If the patient start using accommodation, this test is getting failed. Now the method of direct test, right? If the patient is fulfill all these criteria, then we proceed swiftly into the direct cover test, right? Cover test is further divided into three parts: direct cover test, right, cover uncover test, and alternate cover test, right? And this procedure we do on those patients according to their following response, right? If the patient come into the manifest squint, we just simply perform direct cover test. Suppose just instruct the patient to fixate the 6 by 12 liter at a distance, right? When patient fixate, right, suppose this is eye, suppose this is a eye, this is a eye, right? I think this is a bigger one, so this is a eye, this is a eye, right? When patient fixate, what we have to do? Just use the pen torch normally we have used and project over the light onto the patient eye, right? And if we observe this type of scene when we project the light on the patient eye, right, the fixating eye, we just simply cover under cover test. In direct cover test, we simply cover this eye, right? if we cover this eye, then there is two possibility, right? What will happen? Just look. Two possibility is this eye is remain this, right, and this eye is here, right? What is the two possibility? If we simply cover the eye, means suppose I cover this part, right? Sorry, this is not working. If we simply cover this eye, right, by using occluder or palm, if we cover this eye, what will happen? We break the fusion, right? Just for maintaining the fusion, this eye simply shift into this direction, right? And they try to maintain the fixation. It means they move in the opposite direction, right? Most of the people no need to get overwhelmed. I have an option. Opposite direction means suppose just if you cover this part, right, then eye getting in this direction. It might be possibility goes eye in outward direction when suppose this is a eye, right, this is a case, right, and this is a eye. If this eye primary position in this here, right, suppose this eye is not present there or this eye is present if there, then they swiftly shift into this direction, and after shifting in this direction, what will happen? After shifting this direction, they getting here, means in these two case they getting shift in opposite direction. If they are previously present here, as we block this eye or occlude this eye, the eye getting outward direction, sorry, in opposite direction, means they come from outward to inward, right? What does it mean? It means they have exotropia, means manifest squint, right? If suppose the previous case is eye is not here, eye is here, right, and as we occlude the fixating eye, because this is a fixating eye, right, as we occlude the fixating eye, suppose if we occlude this part by the occluder or palm, then what will we get? We get simply eye shift into toward the temporal or lateral side. Suppose this is a nasal, this is a nasal, this is a nasal, right, then eye swiftly shift into the outward direction, means opposite direction. First case they opposite direction, previously they are present, and then this is come into this position, and in second case they present here and shift into this direction, means opposite direction. Here simply I want to say that the eye shift into opposite direction just to maintain the fixation, right? Now question is here, if they move into the opposite direction, what is the consequence? The consequence is that when I move inward direction, it means previous position of eye is outward, so they move inward to maintain the fixation, because when you occlude the eye, it means you break the fusion, okay? If you break the fusion, if the eye move outward to the inward, it means they have exotropia, or if I move outward direction, they previously present into inward direction, it means they have esotropia. And by using this process, we just simply estimate the eye have a manifest squint or not, right? Now question is here, this game is going on, you absorb this, okay. Now question is here, if we don't absorb any movement in the fellow eye, because when you cover this eye, means you absorb the fellow eye, right? What will happen if you don't absorb any movement in the fellow eye? So if you don't absorb any movement in the fellow eye, there is three possibility, right? The three possibility is like that. The first possibility might be there is no vision in that eye, it will happen, right? The second one is they have a gross fixation, right? And the third one is very little phoria or not as much as manifest squint, you get any deviation, means pseudo squint, right? Though in this case you don't get any deviation. So no need to get overwhelmed when you perform this test in your clinic or anywhere you practice where, no matter. So I think so this is a gross idea, and next session we will discuss the cover uncover test. So up to this, thank you.